Hello. This is my first class back since Vipassana, so um, I'm honestly a little bit nervous to teach because it's been so long since I've taught, or that's the longest span I've gone without teaching since I started teaching. Um, and there's also an element of not talking for 10 days and really physically challenging element to the course. So the practice that we'll move through this morning is going to be maybe a little bit slower just so we can take our time in it, but also it's inspired by like the 4 or 5 stretches that like saved me in those 11 hours of sitting in meditation for 10 days because my body was definitely moving through its own experience in that, and it was really challenging. And so these like 5 little postures were like my go-to, and like they were exactly what I needed to make sure I could feel prepared going into that next hour long or 2 hour sit. So this hour long flow is going to be like those shapes moved into a vinyasa practice, basically. The heart space intention for our practice is allowing ourselves the space for sensation to appear and to have a conversation with that sensation. Through Vipassana, I mean, it's really hard to like put 11 hours of meditation and discourse and experience. And when you wake up at 4 a.m. and go to bed at 9:30 p.m. and most of that is sitting in meditation or with yourself in between meditations, it's really hard to like condense that into any sort of like really tangible theme or offering unless you move through that experience yourself. And of course, everyone's experience is really unique. But what came to me is that our sensations are this opportunity both to like understand what our body is moving through, but they can also be a way to see how our bodies are trying to move us away from what's uncomfortable and how that's not always helpful. Hey, because oftentimes we're moving through this world and like trying to avoid anything that is uncomfortable and trying to move always towards that which we want and is comfortable. And so we're dodging the things that come that are unwanted, and we're trying to cling to the things that we want. And it's that dodging and clinging that really create our suffering. And so having an like open dialogue with our sensations to be really to not always say pain is necessarily a bad thing, or to not always say that pleasure is always a good thing, and to let that be more of an ongoing conversation with your body. So we'll start in Shavasana. We're going to spend a little more time breathing than we might normally, just so we can ground and so that I can ground since I'm like settling back into this world. So go ahead and find Shavasana or seated meditation if you prefer that, whatever's comfortable. Once you settle in, take a moment to adjust and close your eyes. Maybe take a couple slow breaths to start. Just a really full intentional breath in through your nose. And slow intentional breath out through your nose. Starting just to notice the appearance of sensations as you breathe in. And as you breathe out. And then over the next few rounds of breath, just allow your breath to go back to its natural, organic rhythm. That natural ebb and flow that happens on its own. And for those of us that practice pranayama, the control of the breath, allowing the breath to move on its own can be kind of a tricky experience in the beginning. To notice the breath without trying to control the breath. So just practice that by trying to watch the breath move at its own pace. without manipulating it or adjusting it. And if you can create that space for your breath to flow on its own, and start to begin watching the sensations. And because the breath is flowing on its own, it's maybe more subtle than what you're used to when watching your breath. And so trying to go to that point of sensation, maybe around your nostrils or your upper lip, where you can feel that subtle flow of air in and out of your body. Working to feel the most subtle of sensations. Be also checking in to see how it feels to work with what is in regards to the breath in this moment versus trying to use your breath to change the state of your body or your heart or your mind, to either calm you down or energize you, just allowing what is to be. And then also in this space, seeing if an individual intention begins to bubble up to the surface, right? And this intention can be regarding your relationship to sensation, or maybe just creating an open invitation for sensation to offer you a lesson through your practice today. Maybe the practice of being with what is the reality of the moment versus trying to change the reality of the moment through our breath or through self-talk. Just trying to step back into that mindful observer space of watching and noticing and paying attention, but without having to either run away from or run towards something in terms of sensation or experience. And taking a couple more rounds of natural breath. Taking a couple more rounds of breath to feel the natural sensations of inhale in and exhale out. A couple more breaths of feeling your own individual intention moving through your body, through your breath. And we'll start our class this morning with our 3 rounds of clearing breath, just kind of clear the energy, right? Any stagnant energy or any anxiety or kind of hot energy in the body, to clear any stale energy from the body, and to also seal our intentions in sending them out into the world. So go ahead and take a big breath in through your nose. And whenever you're ready, an open mouth exhale to release, let it go. We'll take it 2 more times. Big breath in through your nose. And when you're ready, an open mouth exhale to release. And then 1 more time, slow breath in. And a clearing breath out. And then allow your lips to seal and just start to breathe through your nose again. And maybe you begin to light up your Ujjayi pranayama. So now that intentional inhale in and exhale out through your nose. Allow your breath to become a little more audible. Start to reach your hands up and overhead into a full body stretch. You really feel the sensation as you stretch from fingers to feet. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Maybe circle your ankles, your wrists a couple times. And allowing yourself this space to really feel every moment of every movement. And then slowly start to bring your knees into your chest. And as you hug your thighs in close, maybe a little rock from side to side. Check in with your spine this morning. You can circle your knees to massage your low back if that feels good. But let the sensation guide each movement. So your body starts to move you in a direction. You follow that direction for a moment, for a breath. See where it takes you. And then go ahead and interlace your hands on your right shin. You'll extend your left leg out to wind removing pose. As you let your left leg get heavy, pull your right knee in close. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out here. And again, inhale here. And exhale here. And take one more deep breath in. And this time as you exhale, go ahead and move into your supine twist. Let your right knee tip across your body. Collarbones open wide to the sky. Give yourself a moment to adjust as much as you need, and then settle into your breath again. Allowing your breath to help you navigate the sensations of your twist. So as you breathe in, feeling that movement of the sensation in your body. And as you breathe out, feeling how your body responds to your exhale. Let's take 2 more breaths again in the experience of your sensations. Feeling the pressure points of where your body connects to the earth. Feeling that rinse at your center, that rotation at your center, the squeeze at your center. And then keep your right knee bent as it is. And start to roll into that half fetal pose that you've taken in the past. So you're gonna roll so that your left ear rests into your left bicep. Let your right knee slide out as much as you need so you can roll onto your left side. We're gonna continue though, so we're gonna roll into a belly down half frog. So keep sliding your right knee to the wall and then roll onto your belly. Stack your hands for a little pillow for your forehead. You can turn a cheek to the side, and you can stay in this belly down half frog. It's a maybe gentle or maybe intense hip opening, depending on how your hips feel this morning. If you want to add in a thigh stretch, you can bend your left heel towards your seat. Yeah, and then reach your right hand back for your left foot maybe. Sometimes people like to reach left hand, left foot too. Just depends on your body, so whatever feels maybe natural or intuitive. If you want to add some intensity and you might draw your navel up to your spine, think about tucking your tailbone slightly. It's almost like tucking your tailbone to the back of your left knee, trying to lift your hip bones up towards your ribs. And again, if that thigh stretch feels like a little bit too much too soon for your body this morning, just keep the belly down half frog. We'll just be here for 1 more breath in. And then as we exhale, we're gonna release. Reach your left arm to the back of your yoga mat, so the opposite direction of your left foot. That way it's out of the way. You can roll onto your back body again into wind removing pose, right knee to your chest. Okay, from here, we're going to take a hamstring stretch. You can either keep your left leg long and reach your right leg up to the sky. If that feels again a little bit too much too soon for your body, bend your left knee and place your left foot to the earth. So your left foot can be bridged, right leg is in a hamstring stretch. Maybe some softness in your right knee, bringing your leg towards your body. And then flex your right heel high to the sky so you feel that stretch reach through your calf muscle. Another breath in here. With your exhale, keep your right hip super heavy to the earth, but tip your right foot slightly to the left across the midline of your body. So you get maybe the outside of your leg to light up a little bit, your IT band. Take another breath in here. And then figure for your right ankle on your left thigh, let your right knee open up. You can either keep your left foot on the earth or start to bring that figure four towards you. Maybe reach around your left hamstring. Then keeping the flex of your right ankle, take a little rock from side to side. And then through the guidance of sensation, paying attention to your body, you can either stay here, or if you'd like to, there's the option for Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana was early in practice for some bodies, doesn't feel super great or isn't accessible, so feel free to stay in your figure four or go back to figure four and slide your right thigh over your left. Either reach for opposite ankles, opposite heels of your feet, opposite arches. And as you flex your feet, you're going to think about lifting your heels up away from your hips. Try to lengthen your right side body out. And then maybe take a little rock from side to side here. And take one more breath in. Slow exhale out. And then as you unravel your legs, you'll find your way into wind removing pose second side. So it's pretty natural just to send your right leg forward from here. Draw your left knee to your left shoulder. And as you pull your left thigh in close, take a slow inhale. And a slow exhale. As you take another breath like that, again, being patient with your experience so the sensations can show up. You have the room to check in and explore the sensations. Trying to be curious with the most subtle of sensations in the shape. Your next exhale will take you to your supine twist. Let your left knee tip across your body to the right. Heart open to the sky. And then maybe on this side, the experience is moving your awareness to the areas of the body that aren't the most intense sensation. So not directly where we're stretching, maybe the areas that we would be less inclined to look at in this particular shape. So instead of the twist, the spine, right? Maybe you're taking your awareness to the length of your left arm. Maybe it's to your right extended leg. Maybe it's to the muscles of your face, the experience of your toes. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to roll through our half fetal pose to the right, into our belly down half frog. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling until you find your way into your belly down half frog. Second side, left knee is wide, right leg is long. Or again, if you want the thigh stretch, you can bend your right heel towards your seat and reach back with either hand to catch it. Then to intensify the thigh stretch, you have the option of pulling your navel in, finding the activation through your belly. That kind of tuck of your hips. It's like reaching your tailbone away from the crown of your head. Trying to stretch the tailbone to the front of your yoga mat. Maybe you allow your breath to go back to its organic flow instead of your Ujjayi pranayama. Just notice how that feels. And taking at least one, maybe two more slow cycles of breath here. Giving the space for this experience on this side to show up, be explored. And then when you start to feel ready to release, just like we did before, we're going to release right leg long, reach right arm long, and then roll onto your back body. As you roll into your back body, we're moving into our hamstring stretch. So left leg will find the sky. You reach behind your left leg. Right leg is either long or bridged to the earth. It's up to you. As you flex your left foot, think about lengthening your left side body. Left sitting bone reaches forward. Your heel stretches to the sky. Feel that extension raise all the way through the entire back of your leg. Then also maybe take some awareness to the front of your leg. Take a breath here. And then you can keep your left hip grounded and start to tip your left foot over to the right if you want that outer leg to light up a little bit more. It might also just be a little bit more of a different sensation to the back of your leg. So depending on where your body holds tension, you might feel the back of your leg more, your outer leg, your IT band might not light up as much. Breathe in. And then we'll start with our figure four, so we can begin the opening of our hips. So left ankle will go on your right thigh. Decide where you want your right foot in space as you flex your left ankle. And then decide if you'd like to be in movement or stillness. Take one more breath here in figure four. And you can decide to stay here in your figure four. Or again, there's the option, the invitation to move to Gomukhasana, which are cow face legs, sliding your left leg over your right. If you reach down for opposite ankles, heels, arches, whatever is accessible, flex your feet. And then just lift your heels away from your hips a little bit. See how that changes the shift and sensation through your left glute. Lengthen through your left side body, your right side body. And then sometimes a little rock from side to side can be interesting. Sometimes things are feeling pretty sticky. There's not much room to rock from side to side. So maybe stillness is what feels best in your body. One more breath here. A slow breath out. And as you unwind your legs, no rush, you're gonna unwind your legs, bring your knees into your chest, allow your spine to lengthen out. And then reach your legs up to the sky, a little softness in your knees, but flex through your feet. Reach your hands up and overhead like a full body stretch. Pull your navel down to your spine. On your breath in, you're just gonna slowly start to lower your legs any amount. So starting to light up through your center belly, your core. Your inhale lowers your legs. Maybe it's to a hover, maybe it's just to like a 45-degree angle. Then on your exhale, you're gonna bend your knees into your chest, lift your head and shoulders. Reach your fingertips forward to your toes, maybe lift your booty off the earth. And then as you breathe in, send your legs to the sky, slowly reach your hands up and overhead. Pause for exhale. Okay, inhale, legs lower. Again, going slow, you can feel that sensation the whole way. On your exhale, knees to chest, lift your head and shoulders. Maybe lift your hips, find a little pause and a tight little ball. And then an inhale to lengthen your legs to the sky, reach your hands overhead and pause as you exhale. One more time like this, breathe in, lower your legs, navel pulls down, legs move down. And then on your exhale, pull your knees into your body, lift your head and shoulders, reach forward, maybe lift your hips. Squeeze, 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 holding here for 5. If you want more challenge, send your legs out long for 4. Shoulders high for 3, navel down for 2, and with 1, release, relax, knees to chest. Take a big breath through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale, we let go. Next, we're gonna make our way up to our tabletop pose, so you can rock and roll forward and back, to your left or to your right if you prefer. And as you find all 4 fingers wide, go ahead and breathe into a cow pose. Lift your heart, lift your tail, just 1 round of cat-cow. Exhale to your cat pose, curl your spine, really push the earth away. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. And find your neutral spine. And from here, take your hands wider than your yoga mat, tent your fingers, so we're moving into a tabletop gecko pose. As you breathe in, you're gonna dive your heart straight down first. Take your elbows wide to stack over your wrists. As your heart hovers above the ground, think about pressing your left elbow to the wall on your left side, your right elbow to the wall on your right side. Trying to widen across your collarbones. And then inhale, lift your heart up through center. On your exhale, sink your right shoulder to the center line, look over to the left. Shoulders out of ears, elbows over wrists. And then breathe in, lift through your midline. And exhale, twist it the opposite direction. Left shoulder in, look over to the right. And then inhale, lifts you through center. And our last exhale before we find our way up a little bit higher in the body, we're going to take our fingertips forward and melt our hearts down to Anahatasana. If you prefer to be on your palms, you can release your palms to the earth. Hips high, chest low. Take a breath here. From your puppy pose, slowly push the earth away. You'll walk your hands back into tabletop and then tuck your toes and find your downward facing dog. Just send your sits bones back up to the sky. Take a reach of one heel towards the earth and the other. Try to relax the weight of your skull. As you push the earth away, let your sits bones stretch a little bit higher. Maybe some softness in your knees. And from here, start to walk forward into your forward fold, Uttanasana. You might invite your knees to soften again once you arrive in your forward fold. You might take pinkies to opposite elbow creases, just hanging heavy here, maybe a little sway from side to side. And then with softness in your knees as you release your arms, go ahead and inhale to a halfway lift, hands to the earth at your shins, lengthen out. And exhale, forward fold, let go. Breathe in, rise all the way to stand Urdhva Hastasana, reach high to the sky. Now on your exhale, soft knees, goddess your arms, let your elbows go wide, lift your sternum to the sky. Inhale, reach tall again. And on your exhale, soft knees, forward fold. A big breath in, lift up halfway. On your exhale, cross-legged forward fold. Cross your left ankle behind your right. Pinky toes don't need to line up. Soften your knees and hang over your thighs. Maybe shift a little bit forward and back through your feet. You want to make sure all four corners of your feet are grounded. Good. From here, unwind to your traditional forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, just second side, cross your right ankle behind your left, soften your knees and fold over your thighs. Head heavy, tailbone tall, maybe that little bit of a sway forward and back. You can bend your knees a lot if it's sticky, especially since it's early in the morning. Relax your head again. We will unwind to our forward fold traditional. Inhale, lift up halfway. On your exhale, high plank, plant your hands, step your feet back. Decide if you want your knees up or down. And then taking your time to experience this first really powerful shape. Maybe do a little bit of engagement through the belly on the back body, but here push through your hands, push through your toes, let your whole body light up. Your arms are strong, your legs are strong, your center is strong. And you're aware of your breath flowing through your body. And can you notice the subtler sensations? Can you feel the pressure of your finger pads in the earth? Can you feel your toes push into the ground? Keeping your awareness of the subtle inhale, shift forward, and then on your exhale, slowly lower down to the earth. Elbows stay close to your rib cage. Lower all the way down to your belly. Take your time. Once you get there, untuck your toes. As you press down through your toenails with like little anchors, you're gonna breathe into your low cobra. So feel the pressure of your toenails help to lift your heart. That connection from your feet all the way up to the energy of your heart space. Stay in your low cobra for an extra breath in. And an exhale, lower down. Gecko pose here, fingertips on the earth, wider than your yoga mat. Push down through your finger pads. Inhale, lift up through your heart and your mat. And exhale, dip your left shoulder and look over to the right. Next breath in, lift your heart up through center. And exhale, second side, dip your right shoulder and look to the left. Good, inhale up through your center. Let your exhale lower you forward and down. Hands by your low ribs, breathe into either a low cobra or an upward facing dog. And then really take your time, exhale to your downward facing dog, pull your pelvis to the sky. Okay, from here, we're gonna inhale our right leg up to the ceiling, bend your three-legged dog, lengthen through your leg. And exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, your half dog, dog at a fire hydrant. Next breath in, re-extend your right leg long. And exhale, right knee to your left tricep, cross it underneath your body, stretch your heart forward. Half fallen triangle, reach your right leg through. As you flex your foot, send your heart forward. Keep your left heel high over your left toes. Think about planking your body out against your right leg. So left hip point turns to the earth, right hip draws up and back. Push through your hands, take an inhale. On your exhale, take your right knee to your left tricep again. So strong belly, right knee, left tricep. And then from here, three-legged dog, lift your right leg to the sky. And slowly step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, so a big wide step forward. Lower your left knee to the earth, preparing for a twisted monkey. You're gonna turn your right toe slowly to the right. Reach your right hand back in space. Your right big toe can lift off the earth. Yeah, then if you want to, maybe you bend your left toe to your seat, adding on that thigh stretch again, right hand can catch left foot if you would like. And then shoulder blades, boost your heart forward, rotate your ribcage around. And take a moment here. And one more breath in. Your exhalation, release your left leg long. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Turn your right toes forward. As you tuck your back toes and lift your back knee, you're in a lizard lunge. We're going to turn our toes to the left, either into a side lunge with your right knee bent or skandasana with your right knee bent. So right knee bent, side lunge or skandasana. Flex your left toes to the sky. If you're in skandasana, take a breath here. And maybe using the support of your hands, we're going to bend into our left knee and turn to the back of our yoga mat, low lunge. Release your right knee to the earth, lift your heart in your hands, big breath in. And on your exhale, goddess, your arms, you can stay high through your hips or you can melt your pelvis down towards the earth. And inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, half splits, hands to the ground, or you can fly your wings back. You're gonna lengthen your left leg. If you choose the wing variation of like airplane arms, make sure there's a micro bend in your left knee. And then inhale, bend into your left knee. Lift your heart, lift your hands. And exhale, goddess, your arms. Then breathe in, reach high. Exhale, half splits your way. And one more time through. Inhale, bend your front knee, lift your heart in your hands. Exhale to goddess, your arms. Your inhale to reach tall again. And your exhale, half splits. Then from your half splits, this time as you bend your front knee, just crawl forward into a lifted low lunge. Your right knee will pick up off the earth. Press down with your hands, use your strong core. One-legged plank, reach your left leg back in line with your spine. This can also be a regular high plank. Big breath in. On your exhale, left knee to your right tricep. On your inhale, three-legged dog, lift your left leg to the ceiling. When you breathe out, bend your knee, open your hip. With a squeeze at your left seat, the push away of the earth. Extend your left leg again, three-legged dog. Inhale, feel that length. Exhale your left knee, right tricep, cross underneath. Headed to your half fallen triangle. Reach your left leg through and pause. And send that stretch from crown to tailbone through your body so you feel the length. Like a high plank pose. Left hip pulling up and back, right hip turn down, active left ankle, flex your foot. Your sternum stretch forward out in front of you, getting really proud of your heart space. Then breathe in, push through your hands. And on your exhale, left knee, right tricep. So that slow reverse out is kind of spicy. From here, three-legged dog, lift your left leg to the sky. And then land your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Preparing for a twisted monkey, release your right knee to the earth. If you turn your left toes to the left, start to twist back in space. So your left hand can reach back, maybe catch your right foot. Your left ankle is doing what your left knee really wants. So it's like left knee guides the ankle and toes of your left foot. So that might mean your left big toe peels off the earth. Revisiting the twist sensation from earlier in our practice. Feel that rotation of right ribs to left thigh. Maybe you can let your head lean back a little bit, opening across your throat, your chest. Take another breath in. And then release your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Find your lifted lizard lunge first. Our left knee will be the bent knee as we turn our toes to the right into either side lunge or skandasana if you prefer. And this is also a good breath to pause and check in to see how it feels to like not have really stood up about 35 minutes into a vinyasa practice, especially when you're used to practicing together in a really fiery way. You're gonna start to bend into your right knee. We're going low lunge to the top of our yoga mat. Pivot all 10 toes to face forward. So you lower your left knee to the earth. Breathe in, lift your heart in your hands. On your exhale, goddess arms, option to dip your pelvis towards the earth. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale, half splits. Hands can either, again, fly back like airplane wings or hands to the earth. Your inhale is going to bend your front knee, bring you forward and up. And exhale, goddess your arms. And inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, your half splits. Airplane wings or hands to ground. Okay, last time here, your breath in brings you forward, up. Your breath out opens across your heart. Inhale to stretch tall. Exhale, half Hanuman, Ardha Hanuman. And then into your lifted low lunge. No rush, you're gonna bend your front knee, lift your back knee. One-legged plank, plant your hands, send your right leg back. Strong core, again, this can be high plank, take your inhale. Right knee, left tricep as you exhale. Three-legged dog, lift your right leg to the sky, big breath in. And again, bend your knee, open your hip as you breathe out. Option for wild thing here, so maybe your right toes fall behind you, opening your heart to the sky, using that space that you created your front body earlier, feeling the boost of your shoulder blades, helping to open your chest. From here, three-legged dog, release your right hand to the earth, big breath in, reach your right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Half fallen triangle, right leg reaches through. Open up your heart, this time to a full fallen triangle. From your full fallen triangle, add in a little bit of a side bend, reach your left hand up overhead to the top of your yoga mat. Feel that long line of energy, that beautiful from your left fingertips to your left foot. Breathe up into your left side. On your exhale, this time you're going back into your half fallen triangle. So left hand to the earth, tip onto your left toes, squaring off your body, and then pull your right into your left tricep. That same slow reverse. From right knee to left tricep, three-legged dog, breathe your right leg to the sky. Then step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. As you spin your left toe to the earth, go prepare for warrior two. When you're ready, root your feet, rise all the way up. Settle into your legs. My first moment of standing, other than our Tadasana or Bahastasana in the beginning. Okay, settle into the power of your right leg. Maybe there's a little bit of a reverb from the shapes we just moved through. Feeling those more subtle sensations again to accompany the more obvious, more explicit sensation maybe through your right leg. Maybe through your arms, your shoulders, as you hold your arms up. And with an in-breath, start to find your reverse warrior. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Feel that extension to your right side now. And then exhale, side angle, left hand goes to the sky. Right elbow can rest on your right thigh. Extend your side angle with a big breath in. And then on your exhale, maybe re-lunge into your right knee. And press through your right heel to reverse your triangle. Slowly lengthen all the way up and out. Big inhale. And then we're gonna go Trikonasana, triangle pose. So mic up in your right knee. As you start to hinge forward, think about moving your pelvis back in space. So feel your right thigh bone plugging in as you tip forward. And then right hand can go to shin bone, the earth, the block. And continue to plug your right thigh bone. It's almost like you're trying to pull your right thigh bone to the back of your yoga mat. Rotate your heart open to the sky. Option for the extension here with Utthita Trikonasana. Reach your left hand overhead, that side body extension again with your inhale. And then through your wide-legged forward fold, all 10 toes of the long edge, dive down. Take one breath in. And one breath out. As you lengthen halfway with your next inhale, turn to your left, low lunge to the back of your yoga mat. And then rise all the way up, high crescent lunge, strong legs, lift tall through your torso on your inhale. Maybe goddess your arms as you exhale, opening your heart again. Breathe in, fingertips to the sky. On your breath out, you can choose airplane arms or airplane pose. So if you want to tip forward to fly, feel free to tip forward and find some flight. We're going to take that 2 more times. So we're going to step our right toes back. High crescent lunge, big breath in. Exhale, goddess arms. Right inhale, reaches your hands to the sky. Exhale, airplane arms or airplane pose. You're gonna find that slow, smooth tip into your shape, whether it's just the arms or the arms and the lift of your right leg. And one more time, your step back. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, open. Goddess arms. Inhale, extend to the sky. And exhale, tip forward. And from your airplane arms or airplane pose, we'll slowly find your way back to our high crescent. Give yourself an inhalation as you arrive. Exhalation brings your hands down to the earth to frame your left foot. One-legged plank or high plank, reach your left leg back as you breathe in. Left knee, right tricep on your exhale out. Okay, listen from here, side plank, right hand is your base. Now turn to the left to open up, step your left foot back. You can always lift your left leg and float it. Left hand finds the sky. You also drop your right knee to modify. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, slow motion, we're going plank pose. So slowly bring yourself to tip forward to high plank. We'll inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Open your heart, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll finish out this layer, making our way back to the top of the yoga mat, and then it'll be time to bring it to the earth. So with an in-breath, lift your left leg to the sky. And on your exhale, bend your knee, open your head. Good, decide if you want to stay or find your wild thing. Maybe your left toes tip down to the earth. That spiral open of your chest to the ceiling. Feel how your back body really creates the energy to open through your front body. Breathe in. Going back to your 3-legged dog, take your time. Think about your core as your support as your left hand lands and your left leg lifts. Left knee to your right, tricep cross underneath your body. Go half fallen triangle. Fallen triangle, open up. Strong inner right thigh, strong left oblique. So micro bend through our left elbow. Perhaps you extend your right hand overhead. Feeling the side body stretch, the extension, big breath in. Reversing out slowly, go half fallen triangle, right hand of the earth. Turn onto your right toes, planking out your body. And then go left knee to right tricep. I know that's a spicy moment there. Three-legged dog, slowly from your core, pull your left leg to the sky, big breath in. And then place your left foot forward in between your thumbs as you breathe out. You rotate your right heel to the earth, Virabhadrasana 2, slowly root to rise at your own pace. Then give yourself at least 1 to 2 breaths just to be here. And again, to feel the experience, the reality of this moment in your body. Right? Your reality is the combination of your perception, your self in this moment, your body, your breath, all the sensations. Moving through the lens of your experience. Breathe in to reverse, your left hand reaches up high. And then exhale, side angle. Again, this shape is going to feel different in each of our bodies, so feeling it in your body in this moment today. Perhaps you find your extended side angle, reach up and overhead with your right hand. Maybe you lunge back into the depth of your left leg. Press your left heel, reverse your triangle, big breath in. And then take your time to find your Trikonasana. So again, I like to micro bend my left knee. I think about my pelvis and my left hand moving in opposite directions as I hinge forward. And then once I reach as far as I can go with that hinge, I tip my arms open. Your sternum spiral up towards your right thumb. Maybe your right hand then reaches overhead, your extended Trikonasana. And into our wide-legged forward fold, we'll tip down through our center. Just for a moment, hang heavy. As you're ready, take a halfway lift. And then rotate to your right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat. High crescent lunge, your root to reach tall, full inhale. Follow your exhale to goddess your arms. Your inhale to reach to the sky. Airplane arms, right? Or airplane pose, it's up to you. If you want to challenge your balance, find a little bit of a tip forward. As you're ready, slow, controlled release. We'll breathe into our high crescent lunge. Your exhale is goddess arms. Inhale, extend to the sky. Exhale, airplane arms or airplane pose. And you lengthen out the moment by lengthening your breath. Okay, one more round here. Your crescent lunge, deep breath in. Perhaps you add in your goddess arms as you breathe out. And inhale to reach high. And your exhale to lean forward, airplane arms or airplane pose. Okay, when you are ready, it's high crescent lunge again. With care, step it back. Find an in-breath at the top. Follow your exhale, hands to the earth, frame your right foot. One-legged plank or high plank, take a big breath in. Right knee, left tricep as you breathe out. Side plank, you're turning to the right to open up, so left hand is your base. Again, you can either stack your feet, you can stagger your feet, you can lift your right leg, you can take a modified side plank, drop your left knee if you want. And wherever you are, maybe take a big breath in. And then try to slowly release your breath out as you find your high plank pose. So how slow can you move? How slow can you exhale? Your in-breath shifts you forward. Vinyasa or down dog, chaturanga or skip. You find your way back to downward facing dog. Let your knees find the earth, child's pose. Hips into heels. Let your heart soften towards the ground. And take 3 slow breaths. And just feeling the sensations of this moment right here. Whenever you feel complete in your child's pose, you're going to slowly rise up. And you tip to one side or the other. Bring your legs out in front of you. Scooch forward to the top of your yoga mat. Maybe grab a sip of water if you're thirsty. And we're going to transition to the earth. And we'll use our core, unless you're Ready just to roll back, release back. Feel free to release back and we'll meet you there. We'll start with our heel anchors. So flex your feet into the earth. The angle of your knees is up to you. You might change it as we go. But take a big breath and reach to the sky. On your exhale, lean back halfway. Reach your hands forward as counterbalance. And then with your inhale, rise up, reach up. Let the lift up come from your core rather than your head, your chin, your neck. And exhale, tip back. Reach your hands forward like an offering of your heart, your intention. Feeling the center strength, support it. Breathe in, lift high one more time. And exhale, tip back halfway. Take that little pause as you reach your hands forward. Try to draw your shoulder blades onto your back body. Breathe in. And we'll continue the rest of the way down as we breathe out. Eventually find your full body stretch. Extend your hands up overhead. Deep breath in. On your exhale, knees to chest. Hands to your shins. Let your knees fall wide. Modified happy baby. Your option for full happy baby, you can take hands to ankles or feet. You can find movement, you can find extension of one or both legs if you'd like. You could bring your feet together so it's like a happy baby, Supta Baddha Konasana hybrid. Butterfly baby. And then our last shape, or maybe I guess second to last shape, it's gonna be knees bent. Place your feet to the earth. So it's you guys set up for a bridge pose. We're gonna take a little hip opening here. So stack your right thigh on top of your left. It's like single leg, eagle leg stack, or like you're sitting with your legs crossed at your desk. Wander your left foot to the left edge of your yoga mat and let your knees drop over to the right. The pressure of your right leg, the weight of your right leg does not feel good, but your left knee or your left ankle, you can always split your legs apart, taking a single-legged or single-sided windshield wiper. Just stay happy through your right ribs to the earth. And take one more breath here. Slide your right thigh off of your left and then bring your knees back to center. Second side, you're gonna stack your left thigh on your right. Wiggle your right foot over to the right edge of your yoga mat and let your knees then tip over to the left. And you can adjust more as you go. Sometimes second side needs something different than the first in terms of the placement of your right foot or your left leg. And try to maintain a little bit of heaviness through your right rib cage. And take 2 breaths. And then from this shape, the last shape that we're gonna move through is a bridge pose. Bridge has many variations and there's progressions, so you can take it up or down a notch depending on what you want. You slide your left thigh off your right, knees to the sky, walk your feet to hips distance. Unless you're taking a fallen bridge, feet will stay wide as your knees snap together. But if you're going to bridge pose, traditional, feet hips distance, press down with your feet, push through your triceps, take a breath in. And on your exhale, lift your pelvis up. Now you can stay with your traditional bridge, any arms. You could interlace your hands behind you, tucking your shoulder blades together to help open your collarbones wider. Feel the rootedness of your big toe mounds, the contact between your feet and the earth, and the sensation of maybe grounding in your body. You close your eyes and take 2 really slow, sweet breaths. And when you are ready to release, no rush, you're just going to take your time, lower down. Pause, let your knees knock together. A slow breath in through your nose. Perhaps an open mouth exhale out. And then as you're ready, you'll make your way towards your Shavasana. You can bring your knees into your chest for a final squeeze if you'd like. There's a final shape you want to add in, please add that in now. If you're ready to go straight to Shavasana, give yourself that permission. Finding your way into whatever shape you'd like to rest in, through whatever shapes your body might need to feel more complete in your practice. And as you begin to settle in, as you begin to settle into stillness, allowing your eyes to close. Become aware of your breath in your body. Again, let it flow on its own. Just become aware of it. Start to observe it. Be honing in on the sensation of your breath as it flows in and out of your nose. Doing that subtle push and pull right at your nostrils. Maybe that focused awareness of your breath, right? Your natural breath. Feels like a beneficial way to be in Shavasana today. And perhaps you continue with that awareness of natural breath and its sensations. Maybe you just allow yourself to settle into this space. Less aware of maybe physical sensations of the moment, but more aware of what bubbles up in your mind or your heart. Maybe there's some information stepping forward that can be helpful to you, offering you insight to your experience and your reality. Or maybe you come back to your intention. That focus point that you started class with, that heart space focus point. It's one thing to understand. It's one thing to understand at the intellectual level. And it's one thing to understand at the level of experience or embodiment. It's one thing to understand what meditation or yoga provides for us, and it's one thing to practice it, to live it and experience it, to embody it. That's where the observation of sensation, and that's where action and practice come into play. And observing how action or practice creates results or shifts in ourselves and our bodies, in our hearts and our minds. Take one more moment just to be right here. And allowing your breath to maybe deepen again. Looking to pull you back into the present. Your mind has drifted. Maybe start to bring movement into your body, or maybe you just stay in the stillness, giving yourself the space to continue just to feel and observe. You might want to find a full body stretch. Maybe reach your hands overhead. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, you can bring your hands to your heart. If you prefer to close your class from a tall spine, you can rise up to a comfortable seat and then draw your hands to your heart. However you choose to close your class, take a moment to be right there with yourself. Eyes closed, noticing. Maybe taking this moment also as an opportunity to either reset your intention or to set a new intention that you can take with you, so that our practices continue to trickle out of these 60 minutes and into each moment of our everyday. Holding that intention at your heart, sealing in our practice. Let's take a big breath in together. And open mouth, exhale to release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our individual teachers, leading us to live more authentically, to love more deeply, and to see more clearly each and every day. Thank you so much for showing up today and moving your bodies, taking the time to experience sensation. Namaste.